These
appointments.
states where the rejig has been announced at the organizational level now, Paulami, does the BJP foresee a tough election scenario? And is that the reason why this is being done?
Well, what the BJP is doing basically is focusing on winnability. It is going down to the grassroots, speaking to everyone in terms of its local units, trying to get their feedback, especially, of course, in the case of assembly elections where states go to assembly polls by the end of the year, but also looking at the 2024 Lok Sabha elections. So this is an exercise that is happening across the board where they're speaking to everyone, trying to get feedback from every worker on the ground in order to understand what are the party's strengths, what are the party's weaknesses, what about the party's leadership in the state, are they happy with it or not, could there be a better leader who could lead the unit into, possibly emerging victorious in these elections and of course in the Lok Sabha elections. So that sort of feedback and that exercise has been going on for a while. In fact, Amit Shah, JP Nadda, BL Santosh, they've been sitting at the BJP headquarters for several rounds of conversations over long hours that would have even gone into past midnight. This exercise in fact started after the Karnataka Assembly results were in. So they've been having those conversations at least after 4 to 5 rounds within themselves, which also included the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh. They took that conversation to the Prime Minister. So as soon as the Prime Minister was back from the United States, Amit Shah, JP Nadda, BL Santosh met with him, and that meeting lasted close to about 4 hours at the Prime Minister's residence. So
Let's also discuss the other name. Let's also discuss the other name, which is former Congress stalwart Sunil Jakhar to head the Punjab BJP. Is this because he's a Hindu Jat face and he fits the bill better?
Well, Chetty, if you could please repeat the question.
As far as Sunil Jakhar is concerned, has the decision made on the back of the fact that they needed a Hindu Jat face there?
Well, yes, they have taken every possible consideration into account as they, of course, made that decision. Sunil Jakhar obviously comes from a community where they have to look at the possibility of, in fact, including the Jats in, and of course ensuring that the winnability factor goes up. Remember, in Punjab, they obviously face some sort of stiff competition from the Aam Aadmi Party, and then, of course, the splitting away of the Shiromani Akali Dal has not benefited the Bharatiya Janata Party. In fact, there's also conversation on the side, aside from all of this, that the BJP is in touch with the SAD in order to bring them back on board ahead of the Lok Sabha elections. Now, remember that the Shiromani Akali Dal had split away on the issue of the farmers' protest at that point of time. Of course, those laws were repealed. The government went back on those laws. Now, of course, the SAD has taken a position, very clear position, in fact, against the UCC. And this government has made it clear that they want to go ahead with the implementation of the UCC and they're working on the same. So how are they going to reconcile these differences while they are having these back-channel conversations in order to come together to take on, of course, the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress for the Lok Sabha elections from as far as the state of Punjab is concerned. Mr. Jakhar, of course, brings with him a lot of experience from the ground. He has held various positions. He has been a member of Parliament. He has been a member of the Assembly of Punjab. He, in fact, has been Punjab Congress chief as well for 4 years straight. So he brings a lot of experience with him. He is considered to be a very powerful voice, someone who's seen to be someone who works with a certain amount of firmness in the decisions that he takes. He's very clear-headed about the decisions that he takes. At the time that the Congress had chosen to change the leadership in the unit of Punjab, replacing Jakhar with Navjot Singh Sidhu, it was seen as a big blow as far as the Congress unit was concerned at that point of time, because many who supported Mr. Jakhar were completely miffed with that decision and didn't understand what were the Congress High Command's reasons for having made that change. So Sunil Jakhar is no small fry. Of course, there might be some amount of disgruntlement with his appointment, given that he's been a staunch congressman. He's been in the party for so long and only jumped ship over to the saffron fold last year. So immediately after having jumped fold, 1 year into it, he's been made BJP unit chief. So that is going to be something that, of course,
the other name you mentioned, Paulami, is Babulal Marandi, who is back as the Jharkhand BJP face. Now, tribal leader, acceptable to all. He has a mass face, Perhaps is the assessment correct that these could be the perhaps reasons why he is back now as the BJP chief in Jharkhand?
Absolutely. You know, he in fact has a lot going for him in terms of course, the experience, again, like I said, in terms of having worked on the ground, in terms of having held many positions. Remember that the Jharkhand Mukti Morcha in Jharkhand is growing manifold. It's becoming this sort of a force in the state of Jharkhand that is becoming extremely difficult to challenge. Hemant Soren faces a lot of investigations at the moment, but that doesn't seem to have made a dent, much of a dent as far as his popularity is concerned. In terms of his position, he's not being scared away by any of these investigations. Raghubar Das, in fact, who lost out to Hemant Soren in the last Jharkhand election, was not seen as someone who could in fact keep the party and its position, you know, in a way that was strong, that could keep growing and could actually, you know, have a sort of a standing in Jharkhand, which could keep challenging the Sorens of Jharkhand. Now, Babulal Marandi is being brought in for those very reasons, that they want to see. The BJP has never shied away, Chaiti, from taking bold decisions. A year before elections, they've changed, you know, chief ministers. Again, in Telangana, the case as far as Telangana was concerned, just to go back to that, many were saying, how are they going to change the party chief? It's too late in the day. Telangana goes to polls within 6 months' time. Why would they want to change the party chief? But that's the feedback the BJP has got from the ground, that Sanjay Bandi is not being able to take everyone on board and work with everyone on board, and hence this rejig, even if it means it comes at the nth moment, the BJP has taken that gamble.